Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a city of Jamestown mother was arrested after police say they found her young child wandering unattended and living in some unfit conditions. Details ahead.
Yeah, plus police arrest a Bemis Point man following an assault. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's here with us with a live look at our weather, some rain. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and yeah, we definitely had some rain this morning, and we told you about that yesterday, how we were going to get into some widespread rain. There it was on First Defense Doppler, and pretty much all this is pretty much moved out to the east. We're in a break right now, but we do expect possibly a few more scattered showers and storms to kind of come our way through the afternoon. But all in all, the majority of the day should be dry. So that's the good news for the afternoon. All of us, we did not make it out of the 60s last night for any of us. So it was a mild and muggy night. So it was air conditioner weather, sleeping with that thin layer of the blankets there. So again, Dunkirk bottomed out at 69, also in Erie. The Jamestown airport, once again, has gone wonky. We have a joke that we said in the weather office that we're going to raise some money to actually get the weather station replaced because it keeps breaking. So in terms of the pollens here, the pollens are still running low because of the rain, so that's the good news for all of us who are allergy sufferers. So hour by hour, temperatures here should be into the upper 70s. We may top out around 80. Some of this could be a bit conservative depending on, it basically depends on when we can get these clouds to break apart. Some of the model guidance doesn't suggest until late in the afternoon, so these temperatures may be a bit overdone, but we'll see what happens. But a few scattered showers through the afternoon, but all in all, not bad. Big cool down coming our way over the weekend. We'll talk about it with the 7-day later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
Alrighty, looking forward to it. Dakota, thank you. Our top story, the neighbor of a woman who was arrested after police say they found her young child wandering unattended and living in unfit living conditions on Tuesday, says he's sickened. Doug Pabowski, a McKinley Avenue resident, was shocked to see a young child wandering the street all alone.
There's no reason for that. Just no reason for it. I don't understand it. Why something like that should happen. I don't know what's wrong with people. So the kid was down the street, a couple blocks away, I guess, wandering around. So somebody seen her and grabbed her. Luckily, she could have got run over and hit by a car.
Now, Pabowski told our reporters that the house has been in disarray for quite some time, and the current tenants left garbage scattered around the lawn.
Well, I hope they demolish the house. That's what I hope. I hope it gets torn down so we don't have any more of that rat-infested stuff going on in there. Like it's the last people have been in there, it's just one after another that move in there, and apparently the landlord who owns the place, whoever it is, doesn't care. So we just had one. The police are always done it because one person moves in, it's the same thing after another. So it's time to get the place, either fix it up or tear it down.
Now, Pabowski said he hopes that the children can find some help. 21-year-old Caitlin Seekings is charged with disorderly conduct and endangering the welfare of a child following an arrest on Tuesday. Police say Seekings located a group of concerned citizens who were caring for her child that was found wandering the street. She reportedly became irate at the group. More officers were dispatched to assist, and Seekings allegedly became unruly with them. Now, while investigating, police say they found her house to be unfit to inhabit with garbage and debris scattered around the residence. 4 adults and 6 children inside the home were living without water for about 3 weeks, officers said. Additionally, police found containers of urine and feces in various rooms in the home. That home was condemned by the Jamestown Department of Development, and the children were placed in the care of a family relative. Police said more charges may be pending for the 4 adults living in the home.
Jamestown police say they arrested a Bemis Point man yesterday after he allegedly choked a female to the point of her having difficulty breathing during a domestic dispute on Newland Avenue. Police say upon arrival they discovered the female extremely upset and crying outside the apartment. 38-year-old Joshua Danielson, pictured here, allegedly punched the female in the face and held an open flame from a lighter to the back of her head. In addition, Danielson allegedly hit the woman in the leg the previous day with a machete, causing bruising and a welt. Police say that Danielson was arrested a short distance from the scene after he allegedly attempted to flee the apartment from a back window. He's charged with second-degree assault and criminal obstruction of breathing and blood circulation, and he was taken to Jamestown City Jail without incident.
And a Jamestown man was charged Sunday after allegedly threatening to shoot a camper's dog at the Chautauqua Gorge State Forest. New York State Police tell us that 62-year-old Douglas Merving was charged with 2 counts of second-degree menacing and 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. The troopers responded to the gorge for a report of a male subject menacing several people with a rifle. Troopers say that Merving became upset when another camper arrived with 2 dogs. Merving allegedly threatened to shoot the dogs and pointed a rifle at the victim and his dogs. He then set the rifle down and picked up a rock and threatened to strike the victim with the rock, according to police. Now, troopers say 4 children were also present during that incident. Merving was arrested, processed at the Jamestown barracks, and transported to Chautauqua County Jail.
New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo, meanwhile, says that the new license plates for New York drivers are required so the Easy Pass can read them and they aren't a money grab. Starting in April, anybody with a white and blue New York State license plate will be required to pay $25 for a plate with a new design and an additional $20 if they want to keep the same plate number. The $25 fee is set in the New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law. Cuomo says the new plates aren't necessary and that he adds that he doesn't want to buy new plates either. A DMV spokesperson says that by the time license plates are 10 years old, the reflective ability and visibility is diminished. According to the press release announcing the new plates, more than 3 million vehicles in New York State currently have plates that are 10 years and older, with many damaged, oxidized, and peeling, making it difficult to read the license plate number. Cuomo says that making sure the Easy Pass system works better, more vehicles are readable. That means that everyone saves money and time.
Well, good Wednesday to all of you. Thanks for joining us. I think we learned one thing yesterday from the license plate story is that we like many of the new designs, but we don't like the fee that we'll have to be paying, Matt.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but and I was laughing about this in the newsroom earlier, but, Governor Cuomo says he doesn't want to pay for a new license plate. But he's got to have those license plates that says, State of New York or Governor of New York.
He has special license plates.
And who pays for that?
I wonder if we could guess. Hopefully you all are doing well. Saying hello to Joanna. Hopefully you are well. Smathers, he says, Cuomo is not paying for the new plates. LOL. I agree with you there. Lisa, hello to you. Cindy, hello. Justin, thanks for joining us. Joseph, Mike is here. Renee as well. And I'm certain that a lot of people are talking about our top story today. Very sickening. Jamestown police say they found a child wandering yesterday in the area of Forest and McKinley Avenue. You see some footage from that scene this morning. The child helped by some good Samaritans there, and then the child's mother, police say, came out and became disorderly with those Samaritans. She was taken into custody, and through investigation they found that the home there on McKinley Avenue was filthy, and there was a number of children and adults living in there. We have full details right now on WNYNewsNow.com if you did miss it. But Matt, speaking with neighbors this morning, our reporters saying that they're just as shocked, I think, as everybody else is to see this story come out, and certainly the neighbor was happy to see that the children are now hopefully getting some help. But either way, it's just a sad and disgusting situation.
Yeah, and it's happened, one time's too many, of course, but it's happened a few times, I think, the last few months. So, yeah, definitely. We talk real quick in the newsroom about our favorite stories, and this is not our favorite story.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, I think that comes with the news, certainly either way. Coming up, we have a lot more news to tell you about. A local guns right advocate is planning to defend his rights again. Details coming up.
But first, Governor Cuomo signs a bill into law that he says gives thanks to New Yorkers in the military. Dakota.
I don't know if Cuomo pays for his license plates. He probably gets them for free for being the governor. Here's a live look from the downtown HD News Now cam. You can see the clouds starting to break apart on the right side of the screen, but so far it's cloudy, but we will see a little bit more showers through the afternoon, possibly. We'll talk about it in a few minutes as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's gonna have some bison in it, you know, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, Governor Andrew Cuomo signed new legislation yesterday waiving state marriage license fees for active duty members of the armed forces. The legislation also gives local governments the freedom to waive the fees they share for marriage certificates for active duty service members and their spouses. Cuomo says the fee waiver is just one small way to thank New Yorkers for their military service. If the marriage license is issued by a town or city clerk in New York State outside of New York City, it normally costs $40.
Well, the group that was involved in the defense of a Silver Creek man, Ben Wassel, will be refuting gun claims by moms demand action this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the West Seneca Public Library. Steve Flanco of 2AWNY.com, he's a civil rights activist, says he'll be refuting claims that have been made by the group regarding universal background checks and red flag gun confiscation edicts. Flanco says that the group, like the Moms Demand Action, have capitalized politically on the recent mass shootings in Ohio and Texas to promote their viewpoints. For more on Flanco's statement, you can see our full story at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app.
The latest recommendations for women and their primary doctors have just been released when it comes to the BRCA gene, a mutation commonly linked to breast cancer. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither brings us the updates.
The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force has just come out with updated recommendations for BRCA screenings. According to a report published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, more women need to be assessed for the potentially deadly mutation of these genes, including women who are considered cancer-free following a previous battle with one of the cancers associated with the BRCA gene: breast, ovarian, tubal, or peritoneal. A previous report from 2013 only recommended women with a family history of these cancers to be screened for BRCA1 or BRCA2 mutations. The BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes are important in the fight against cancer. When working normally, they can suppress tumors, but if there's a mutation in those genes, it can actually raise a person's risk for breast, ovarian, and other cancers. The CDC says breast cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed. In 2016, approximately 245,000 new cases were diagnosed, along with about 20,000 cases of ovarian cancer. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 5 to 10% of breast cancer and 10 to 15% of ovarian cancer are hereditary. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Alrighty, Mandy, thank you.
Well, Facebook is releasing the results of an independent investigation of the company's alleged anti-conservative bias. Now, the study was conducted by the former Republican Senator John Kill and the law firm Covington and Burling. It says that Facebook's efforts to counter misinformation led to silencing of some conservative voices, and some anti-abortion ads were rejected because of the Facebook's policy against the sensational advertising, according to that investigation. Now, Kickle says that Facebook has made some improvements on those issues, but his report still says there is more to be done. The company's VP says Facebook will continue looking into its practices, and the new report will be out in a few months. Now, allegations of anti-conservative bias by the big tech company have been a talking point for President Donald Trump and some other firebrand conservatives. With more than 130 conservative lawmakers and groups part of this investigation. They also have pushed for an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal on Tuesday, claiming that conservative leading Americans have felt excluded from top cultural institutions. Very interesting study nevertheless, and on a smaller scale, we've seen something like that here on our platform with Facebook and social media trying to combat fake news, and that has hurt not just WNY News Now, but news agencies all across the board, and so very interesting nevertheless to see, and for me, I'd have to say that you need to have a very fine line between what you moderate and why you moderate, and have the very specific definitions, because certainly hate speech and things like that should be moderated, in my opinion. But and we've all seen how social media can get away from the point of whatever conversation is happening. But at the same time, you have to respect the person's right and their freedom of speech.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be that struggle. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, you and I took AP Government in 12th grade, and we had that class, and we talked about certain Supreme Court cases. We've seen that line and that battle go back and forth for years.
Right.
I mean, and now the only difference between, say, a case now and the 40s, social media. Right. But it's the same thing. It's been there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the thing when it comes to the whole silencing from, say, a company like Facebook, or even someone like WNY Media Company who owns WNY News Now, and it's like, when you look at social media policies, we are a media entertainment company, so we want people to comment.
Yeah.
We have that available to you, so we should in turn respect what is said within a certain line of parameters. So interesting nevertheless, and like you said, I don't know if this is ever going to end. And
probably not.
You know, and it seems like anytime a comment is taken down, someone's like, "Woe is me! You took down my comment. What the heck?" And it's like, you know, sometimes in this case, Facebook is responsible for that.
Absolutely.
And they have guidelines for that. And if it violates it, they pull it. So nevertheless, it will continue. Hello to Robin. Hopefully you're doing well. Great to see you on the broadcast. Amy, hello to you. Cindy, thanks for tuning in. Renee having a little techie glitch. You may want to check out our mobile app. That's another great way to stream the broadcast as well, aside from the big bad Facebook. Hello to David. Hopefully you're doing well. Good afternoon to you, as always. Dave Norberg is here. Cindy is here, and it looks like Sean has joined us as well. And Joseph, hello to all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a live look at our First Defense weather forecast.
And later on, it's National Senior Citizens Day. We'll talk about that here in studios as News Now continues.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And we'll start off with First Defense Doppler to kick off this weather segment. And the live sweep is showing absolutely nothing. The rain that we had this morning has all moved out to the east, and we'll put it in the time lapse for you and zoom it out to the northeast. You can see all that rain is now moved out to the east. It is in association with this warm front that moved through. You can see basically when you see these little bumps, that basically kind of indicates the direction the front is moving. So the front is moving from south to north. That means we're bringing in that warmer Gulf air. That's why it's warmer today and much more humid as well, because the front is dragging in that warmer air, low pressure attached to it back to our west. But the good news is after today, we actually start to cool off. We have a cold front that's going to plow on through. For the severe weather outlook, SPC has removed that marginal risk for Western New York. It is now confined to basically areas eastward, and basically areas up near Boston and New England could be dealing with some severe weather today. But for us, the severe weather potential is done and over with. Here's future scan through the day. The model does paint these little pop-up showers across the southern tier and northwest PA. Not another question, we could see a few pop-up showers, especially through the afternoon. Late this afternoon, the clouds should break apart, leading to some partial sunshine. Tonight, maybe an isolated scatter shower tonight. Then tomorrow, we've actually upped the rain chances a little bit tomorrow as that cold front moves through. We could see the chance for a few showers coming our way tomorrow afternoon. But I don't think it's going to be an all-day rain and nothing too widespread either. Friday is the next Bills preseason game that's being held at Ford Field in Detroit Motor City, or Detroit Rock City. And you can see here temperatures at 73 degrees. The game actually starts at 8 o'clock, so 73 down to 64 by the fourth quarter. No rain. Should be mainly dry, cooler. So if you're going to the game or if you're going to watch it on television, there should be no weather hassles for that game. The next big thing is obviously going to be the humidity. This is where we're at here, muggy, but again, I've been mentioning this throughout the week. Look at where it goes tomorrow and over the weekend. Whoa, right down the hill we go, and that's going to be that comfort factor. We'll actually show it to you here using a product we don't really show on the air too much. This is called precipitable water, and this actually tries to determine the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. What we're looking for are these blue colors. The blue colors indicate dry air. You can see we're still going to be a little bit in the wet air today, tomorrow, but look what happens as we head into the weekend. All that pushes to the south, and the weekend should be mainly dry. Really no chance of rain over the weekend because we're going to be in dry air across much of the Northeast through the weekend. And again, why is it cooler? I mentioned this yesterday. It's the jet stream. These dips in the stream this time of the year. It's very common. It happens almost every single year. So blame the winds aloft as to why we get these colder shots of air. It happens almost every year. Zone forecast will start at the Lake Erie shoreline. Temperatures here cooler because of a west wind coming directly off the lake. Very humid, but the clouds should break apart late in the day, leading to some partial sunshine. Eastward we go into the inland areas. Here, a little bit warmer, and this is also where you'll see the better storm chances as well, but it's only going to be a scattered chance at most. The next 7 days of your life on planet Earth are coming up on the screen. 70 tomorrow, 69 on Friday. Look at that low on a Saturday morning of 49. That's a nice little preview of fall and a 5-star weekend. Temperatures in the 70s, nice and dry, lower humidity, and it looks like we bring a few scattered storms back next Tuesday. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In approximately 1 month's time, the Jamestown Rebels will be taking part in the 2019 NAHL League Showcase. Dubbed the greatest show on ice, the games will be taking place at the Super Rink located in Blaine, Minnesota. Jamestown will play 4 games ranging from September 18th to the 21st. Their opponents will be the Austin Bruins on the 18th, Minnesota Magicians on the 19th, Kenai River Brown Bears on the 20th, and the Topeka Pilots on the 21st. More information on the Rebels games for this showcase can be found on the Jamestown Rebels team website. With high school football practices now fully occurring, more season-opening games are slated for September. One of the other season openers will be the Section 6 Class AA team Frontier Falcons going on the road for a conference game against the Orchard Park Quakers on September 6th. In upcoming Section 6 Class C action, the Southwestern Trojans will begin their 2019 season on the road September 7th for a conference game versus the merged Chautauqua Lake Westfield Brockton team. On Tuesday night, the New York Mets defeated the Cleveland Indians 9-2 in Game 1 of a 3-game interleague series, using a 7-0 run after a 2-2 tie in the bottom of the 6th inning. Michael Conforto and J.D. Davis each hit a round tripper for the Mets. Steven Matz pitched 6 1/3 innings, striking out 7 batters. Jason Kipnis hit a home run and drove in both of Cleveland's RBIs. The Mets and Indians are back in action tonight at 7:10 on Sportsnet New York, with Marcus Stroman tabbed as the Mets starting pitcher versus Adam Plutko for Cleveland. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, do you have a special senior in your life? Well, today is National Senior Citizens Day, the time to let them know how much they mean to you. The day was started by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to raise awarenesses to the challenges that senior citizens face. It can also be a time to recognize the contributions they make throughout their lives and in our communities. We can learn a lot from their wealth of knowledge, skill, and experience. Now, according to a 2017 census, 47 million seniors currently live in the United States, and by 2060, that number will likely double. So whether you visit a nursing home or reach out to an older family member and maybe join them in a good chair workout, find a senior today and spend some time with them to let them know you care. And if you are a senior citizen, check around for special deals that may be available to you. Pretty cool.
You know what? I think I vaguely remember seeing that was a day, but I didn't know it was today.
Yeah, neither did I until right now. So that's awesome. I want to give a shout out to two of my favorite seniors. I have them pulled up here, my grandfather and grandma. So happy Senior Citizens Day to you, and thank you for all you do. It's always nice to have chat with them because it seems like they always give good perspective on things like that. So, Dakota, do you have any seniors in your life?
Not really anymore. Both of my grandparents passed away, so let's see. I guess my parents are both kind of considered senior citizens because they're in the upper 50s, and I think 55 is considered seniors,
depends.
I think.
Yeah, depending
Something
on
like
where
that.
you go. I mean, AARP,
So-
yeah.
Right. And, you know, what's funny is we were just talking about last night at the dinner table about an aging family member of mine who is about to hit the big 5-0, and he's all paranoid about it. So age is only a number.
Is it this one?
No hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
all
got a
right.
few years, doesn't he?
Oh, and you had to say his name on the air. Way to go,
Next
Matt.
year.
Oh
He didn't say his name.
I didn't say his name.
No, he said he.
I thought he was
Yeah.
47. 49?
We were probably talking about a different person, actually.
Yeah, let's talk after.
Okay, we'll talk after.
Yeah, I'm confused.
But no, Matt might be confused. They're both kind of getting up there.
Would you look at this?
Oh, and look at that. My mother says today's their wedding anniversary, too.
And look at that. We've got a viewer that knows your
And
family.
Douglas knows Mario and Rosie. Well, yeah, they're great. I love them so much.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna call them after this.
You should.
I will.
Be a good
I
grandson.
couldn't call them now, but Grandma loves being on the show. Grandpa not so much.
Anyway, so the big story with the weather is going to be the humidity. Look at how it just drops off throughout the rest of the week into the weekend. So very comfortable air, and that cool down is coming our way. There it is on the 7-day. I've knocked the high down on Friday to 69, and look at that low on Saturday morning of 49 degrees. That's a nice little taste of fall, and the weekend is going to be dry with lots of sunshine.
All right. Hey, looking forward to it. Dakota, thank you very much. That's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We leave you with a live look over Chautauqua Lake. Stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play. Just search WNY News Now. See you tomorrow.